Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So yesterday, one of the ladies, Megan, asked me to talk about Rebecca Cheptegei's passing because her ex, I don't even know if I should call him boyfriend, because her father said they were just friends. That's what I read. The father said they were just friends, and I don't know why he wanted to take the things that belongs to my daughter. He unalived this lady, this Olympian. Take a look.
This Ugandan runner who competed in this year's Paris Olympics has died after being set on fire by her boyfriend. 33-year-old Rebecca Cheptegei, a distance runner who finished 44th in marathon at the Paris Olympics in August, was attacked outside her house in Kenya on Sunday, 1st September. Her boyfriend Dixon Ndima reportedly poured 20 litres of petrol on her, setting her on fire during an argument when she returned from church. Cheptegei suffered extensive burns, over 75% of her body. She was rescued by neighbours and was taken to hospital with her boyfriend, who was also being treated for severe burns. Besides competing in the Paris Olympics, Cheptegei had won gold at the World Mountain and Trail Running Championships in 2022. This is the latest incident of gender-based violence against women athletes in Kenya. In 2021, Agnes Tirop, a Kenyan runner who competed in the Tokyo Olympics and placed 4th in the 5,000-meter race, was stabbed to death by her husband. And in 2022, another Kenyan-born Bahraini athlete, Damaris Mutwa, was murdered by her boyfriend in the same town as Tirop. Tirop's husband is facing murder charges, while Mutwa's boyfriend has still not been found. Follow for more stories from around the world.
Yeah. So I did a bit of digging and I found out that she has 2 children, right? And the father of the children is in Uganda. That was not the father of her children. So this man is married. He's living in his own house with his own wife and kids. And he decided to take a jerry can filled with gasoline and visit Miss Cheptegei after she came from church or something with her children on Sunday. Whilst his own wife and children were in church. According to Rebecca's dad, the relationship has long ended. That's a long time ago boyfriend. Long time ago. So I don't know what the dispute is with regards to the land and why it got to that extent. And I really want to know that part of the story. And I think she would have been the best person to tell that side of the story. So he went to her house with the jerry can of gasoline. He started an argument with her. Now, bear in mind, according to what I found online, the family have gone to the police several times reporting this guy and his behavior towards Miss Cheptegei, but they did nothing about it. And when he got there, he started an argument, which is making me believe that it's premeditated. He thought about the whole thing. I'm going to go there. I'm going to, whatever it is, if it's land, if it's the relationship, I don't know. Ask her this, and if she dares do this, I'm going to set her on fire. Okay, I'm going to end her. And that's exactly what he did. But can we talk about these men who are envious and jealous of women? The men who will not do anything with their lives. The men who just sit by and watch you struggle, watch you put all the work and effort into yourself. They sit by, they observe. And then when they see that something great is about to happen in your life, that's when they decide to strike. These men who try to sabotage you every single way that they can, most of them will not end up pouring gasoline or petrol on you and, burning you alive. But some of them will try to baby trap you. Some of them will try to get you fat. Some of them will try to send other people to attack you. Some of them will do things spiritually to bring you down. Some of them do not want you to do better than them. They are okay with you doing okay, right? If you're just getting by, they are okay, as long as you're not doing better than them. And when the sabotaging doesn't work, they end up doing something as disgusting, horrendous. I don't even know what word to add to it, because her children were there like this. Can we talk about that? I know a couple of days I posted a video about this lady who went on a girls' night out and the guy just popped up and everybody was in the comment section saying, oh, he loves you and that's how it is. No, that's not love. If any guy plays about jokes about, hey, if you leave me, I'm going to end you, don't play with it. report them. That if anything happens to you, let them be arrested. I'm going to come back and talk some more, but first, let's get into some of the responses and reactions with regards to this whole situation. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you have any topic or story that you want me to talk about, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you so much, and let's get into it.
Just a few short weeks after running and representing Kenya in the 2024 Olympics, 33-year-old runner Rebecca Cheptegei is dead. Also, when you see the news articles, he was her ex-boyfriend and he was married with kids by another woman. He was not her partner. She had already left him. The men are jealous. Her ex-boyfriend snuck away from his wife and kids while they were at church, went to Rebecca's home, started an argument with her, poured gasoline on her, and set her on fire. She was burned on more than 75% of her body. Rebecca is not the first Ugandan runner who has been brutalized and unalived by a jealous man. 25-year-old Agnes Tirap set a world record at the 2021 Tokyo Olympics. Just a month later, her husband stabbed her to death. 28-year-old Damaris Mutua was strangled to death by her boyfriend right as her career was picking up. Something really needs to be done about this because no longer can y'all on the continent pretend like the women are safe and protected and well taken care of. The jealousy, the misogyny, it's enough. Black women are suffering and being unalived at super high rates all across the globe. Why is nobody saying anything and why is nobody doing anything?
So I'm trying to understand this. You see, for those of you out there that are enablers of abusers, whether your family members, your friends, even people from the church do it a lot, all in the name of all endurance. And look at the pattern that's been happening recently. Last month, a single mom with 3 kids died in a house fire. And the house was set on fire with 3 lovely children in it. This is a young mom. She's 33 years old and she has 2 children. And again, she was set on fire just after church on Sunday by a really, really, really cool ex-boyfriend that thought, you know what, if I cannot have you, someone else cannot have you. This is the point that I want to make. When your friends, your sisters, your daughters leave abusive situations, and what you might not understand is just because a woman says, oh, I am leaving this relationship, I finally sum up the courage to walk, does not necessarily mean that the abuse will stop. I am telling you, the post-abuse is mostly worse than the actual abuse the woman is going through, because most times there is no evidence to show you that, oh, this is what this person is doing, this is what I'm going through, this is what they said. They leave no trail for you to get one single proof that they are abusing you mentally, emotionally. So please, enough of young women dying. She's only 33. The one that was set on fire last month with her 3 kids, I think she's under 30, 28 or 29. 28 or 29. How can another human think, oh, I'm going to set you on fire? And you know, another thing that upset me last night is the fact that if this lady was not an athlete, right, this guy will 70-80% get off with this crime. But because she's a public figure, now it's all eyes on him. What about those women that are not public figures, that are not athletes, celebrities or anything? Where is the justice coming for them? If you're an enabler, please stop it. Stop it. Show compassion. Show consideration, because you know what? The heart of man is indeed wicked.
Her body.
Hey, so women cry, are we safe in this world anymore? Are we safe? Because people who are meant to protect us, be our providers, and love us and care for us, are setting us on fire, pew-pewing us everywhere, harassing us everywhere. Like, seriously, what exactly did this woman do to you for you to set her on fire? Somebody that you've loved before, somebody that you've cared for before, somebody who has loved you before and cared for you before. You set her on fire. What will make you end somebody's life? Somebody you called a lover, what would make you end their life in such a painful and horrible way?
I don't know if you've seen you probably have seen the news about the athlete runner who went to the Olympics, Rebecca Cheptegei. She got burnt, set on fire, and burnt and murdered by her boyfriend. And this is weird because not too long ago I was having a conversation with my best friend about men and women and their interactions, and how women cannot afford the time or the risk to their safety to be able to discern whether a man is safe or not. And rather than check their ego, they can turn violent. However, if it's the other way around, what's the worst thing that could happen? You know what I mean? The scariest thing that could happen is death. Like, a man can murder you because he's angry or because he feels entitled to you as a woman. And it's frightening. It's a weird place that we're in right now. I say we. Maybe I need to go touch some more grass. Maybe I'm just a bit more depressed, but it's a weird thing. Like, men, I know like a lot of men follow me on this page because I ride bikes. A lot of men ride bikes. So hopefully you guys will see this and understand that we as men overall need to do better. We need to check other men. We need to check ourselves when you see someone acting out of line. And you need to check yourself and not do any harm to anybody else. Like, it's so silly. Like, why do you feel so entitled to a woman's time or her presence? It's absolutely ridiculous. And if she says no to you, you want to insult her. How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? Even in this example with Rebecca Cheptegei. Her boyfriend, or ex-boyfriend rather, this was somebody that she was with, dated, whatever, who had care for her. And now he's seen her go to the top. She went to the Olympics and she ran. Do you know how much dedication that takes? And now she's gone because you couldn't check your ego. It's sad. And the thing that always gets me, I don't know if it's because I'm autistic or it's because I have ADHD or it's because I've been depressed for so many years. There are many points where you're going along things or when you're consciously doing something, there's many points. So like, from when he went to go get the petrol, to planning this, to putting on the clothes, for waiting her to go home, for waiting for her to come home. There's so many moments where you could have just stopped and thought, maybe I shouldn't do this, and maybe I should get help for this sick delusion that I actually want to carry out. You've removed somebody from this planet, all because your feelings were hurt. Who cares what she did to you? It's sickening, honestly. It's sickening. It's sickening. I just want to share a couple of thoughts.
Men, let's talk. If you're out there hurting women, yeah, you are a coward and a loser. You see, what happens is, this Olympic runner buys some land to build a house to be next to the Olympic training facility, yeah? She's got 2 kids. She gets into a dispute with her boyfriend, yeah? And instead of him calming down the situation, saying, let's talk pros and cons, let's write it down on a piece of paper, let's get it mediated, he gets some fluid, pours it on her, sets her alight. Sets himself alight a little bit as well. He has to go to hospital. She dies. Most of her body's burnt up. Organ failure. She dies. They found out there have been 2 other Olympians in recent years who were also killed by their husbands. By the husband or boyfriend. Imagine that. So all of this violence towards women, it's not a flex. You're a coward and a loser. Fight a real man.
One of the ladies was talking about the enablers in situations like this. I'm so happy that she spoke about it. The people who will be like, oh, stay in there. Oh, it's nothing wrong. Oh, this is how men are like. Oh, you know, I don't know how he became like this, the mothers-in-laws. He was always a very loving son. Talk to your sons. Talk to your brothers. Talk to your cousins. Stop enabling their bad behaviors because it's not happening to you. And that also explains why the police did nothing about it. Women are taught to endure. Okay, a few years ago, a famous Nigerian gospel musician was unalived by her husband. Why? Jealousy. Okay, jealousy. African men have this kind of mindset that even if they don't have the money and the resources to take care of you, they expect you to go and work, make the money, give it to them so they can lord the money that you slaved for over you. And they have family members, my moms especially, sisters and brothers who make excuses for them. And sometimes it is your own relatives, your own moms, your own aunties, your own fathers who will tell you, oh, this is how it is. This is how men are like. I've even heard a parent telling their daughters, treat your husband or treat your man like your first child, okay? Treat him like your first child because that's how men are like. Men cheat and it's okay. Men are allowed to have multiple wives and girlfriends and it's okay. I mean, if you leave him and you go somewhere else, what is going to happen? That man is going to do the same thing to you. And if you complain about his bad behaviors towards you, the abuse, the neglect, the moms will come in and be like, do you know how I went through it? I've been through it for over 30 years. You need to stay in it. It's not easy anywhere else. This is how it is. This is how they will never call out their sons. They will never tell their sons, hey, behave better, help your wife around the house, take care of her. Your duty is to provide for her, because most of them went through it themselves. Okay, and because they went through it, they expect you to go through it. And woe betides you if you are one of the unicorns who find that man who would cook and clean and help you out in the house. They will find ways and means to break that relationship. They'll start making fun of him like, oh, he's whipped. Oh, she's done something demonic to you. Oh, she's taking you somewhere and she's done this, and that's why you are taking care of her. That's why you are providing for her. Your father didn't do this for him. Your aunties and your sisters are not doing that. Your mother didn't go to. So why is it that when it comes to your wife, you are expected to do these things for her? That is the situation we are dealing with, because their mothers have enabled that bad behavior. Their fathers are pumping into them that this is how it's supposed to be. Okay? The system in Africa is set against women. And that also explains why the police did nothing, although the family went to report several times. Because they'll be like, oh, that's how it is. He's probably in love with you. He's only jealous. As if a man being jealous of his wife or his ex-girlfriend or his girlfriend is nothing. Right? Because he's a man. He's only jealousy. That's how he expresses his love. He loves you. That's why he hates you. I remember a few months ago, I saw this video of this young lady from my own country, Ghana, right? And this lady had a problem with her boyfriend. And her problem is that she has heard that men physically abuse their girlfriends. They hate their girlfriends and their wives, right? And they've been in this relationship for a while and the guy has not hit her. And so she's asking the guy, like, why don't you hit me? Are you not a man? That's how bad it is. Okay? In certain households, that's how bad it is. Because she's come to accept and expect that from her man. She expects the man to hit her. This is what happens in relationships. Because her family has probably told her that when you go there, even if he hits you, wake up in the middle of the night and beg him. That explains why a few months ago, there was this news of women who came from America and the UK to Africa who lost their lives for bizarre reasons. I'm not surprised that they ended their lives because they believe that they are supposed to be the men, all right? And because they want the property that these women have, they don't mind hurting you to take the things that you have. But the mindset of most of these men, I'm talking about well-educated men. Sometimes when you talk to them, you'll be like, really? Okay, really? Because it favors them. So they close their eyes to it. If it works for them, it's always about what's in it for these men. Okay, most of them is always about what's in it for them. If it favors them, if it works in their favor, they will be hush-hush about it. They'll continue taking and taking and taking and taking until there's nothing to take. Until there's nothing to take. So be very, very careful of these type of men. But anyway, I don't want the video to be super long, so I'm going to end here. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section, and I'll see you again with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye.